Entertainment Industry News, Audio Edition, for December 23, 2019. Brought to you by tvwriter.com. Links to the articles may be found in the transcript at tvwriter.com. Why should you as a visitor to TV Writer be interested in making audio fiction? Why should you be interested in making podcasts? Discoverability, that's why. The meaning of the word podcast is evolving to include any episodic, audio-only production, whether non-fiction or fiction. Agents and major studios have started trawling through podcasts and their creators for new content and talent. So here's the latest news to help you and your podcast get discovered. I told you so. More about rejection from Mark Evanier. In Mark Evanier's latest blog column on rejection, referenced earlier this month on tvwriter.com, he gives the best reason why you, as a budding TV writer, should write and produce your own audio fiction podcast. He said, one of the reasons that credits and experience matter is that they provide a dandy excuse for those who hire you. Imagine a development executive or agent going through piles of spec scripts. When he comes upon yours, he reads in your cover letter that you have written, cast, and produced a 12-episode audio fiction series that is garnering 250 downloads a month, and gives the link to go listen. Now, granted, 250 downloads a month is minuscule when compared to TV numbers, but when he looks at all those other scripts in his pile written by people who have done nothing except write unproduced, unpurchased scripts, who's going to stand out in his mind? This is what we mean by discoverability. Be discoverable? Newsfromme.com. Resources. A map for social media and your podcast. This article gives you technical tips and etiquette tricks along with a guide for which of 4 social media sites are best for what you want to accomplish. Elena Fernandez Collins leaves us with this bottom line: use social media for its intended purpose, to be social. Don't isolate yourself in a bubble of self-promotional advertising and shouting into the void. Podcastmovement.com. Resources, Part 2. November 2019 audio drama/fiction podcast debut releases. The Cambridge Geeks list of new releases in audio fiction for the month of November has some interesting stats. Out of 56 total podcasts, the largest percentage was represented by RPG podcasts, 29%, with science fiction in second place with 16%, and urban fantasy at 13%. TheCambridgeGeek.com. Resources, Part 3. Podcasting 101. If you want to get a really quick overview of getting a podcast started, this series of YouTube videos from Google Podcasts and PRX is the way to go. 10 videos, each less than 5 minutes long, take you through the process of starting your own podcast from concept to going live. To be honest, this series is only good for introducing you to the process and showing you the steps. On the other hand, it ain't rocket science, folks. Each video has some accompanying text info. The most valuable is the budgeting spreadsheet. The series was made with non-fiction podcasts in mind, but the info is so generic that it is equally applicable to fiction. Watch it. Do it. googlecp.prx.org. Monetize it. How tip jars can tip the balance for podcast creators. This Canadian study shows how individual contributors can boost your bottom line. The study indicates that 23% of the people who listen to podcasts at least once a month have contributed direct monetary support through crowdfunding, attending live events, or buying merchandise. Among power listeners, that number grows to 40%. CanadianPodcastListener.ca. If you wanna write, you gotta listen. The Dark Tome. From the website, what if there was a book that literally opened up doorways to other worlds? Where would it lead, and could you handle what you found on the other side? Cassie, a teen that's having trouble fitting in at school, is about to find out. One day, after she wraps up community service at a local hospital, she stumbles out of the basement of a spooky bookshop and into a story set on a devil's staircase in a remote Italian village. The Dark Tome is produced by Fred Greenhalgh and directed by William Dufree, 2 of the 800-pound gorillas in audio fiction. Have a listen. Hear how it's done right. TheDarkTome.com. So, until next week, same pod time, same pod channel, keep listening and keep creating. Links to the articles are available in the transcript at tvwriter.com. Compiled by Robert W. Tinsley. Music provided by Incompetech, The Builder by Kevin MacLeod, Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International. Link available in the transcript.